Welcome back, guys. As I said, this is the second part of a 3-part interview with my good sister friend here, Miss Ty Gaines. Would y'all welcome her back in? Thank you, sis.
No problem.
So we're going to continue where we left off. And just like before, I'm going to ask her a series of questions, and she's going to give me her best answer from her perspective. Well, like I said, you may have a different perspective, and if you do, that's cool. Leave it in the comments. And guys, let me ask you something. If you haven't subscribed already, this is my new YouTube channel called Life with Sin, and that's me. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. Turn on that notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a video, guys. And you know what? Thumbs up this video. You can do it right now or you can do it when it's over. But give it a thumbs up and please share it. I know you know somebody, ladies, that could benefit from a conversation like this. So share the video, guys. Come on. Could you do that? Thank you. But anyway, let's get started. So like I said, you guys already know from the interview I did with her yesterday that she's very accomplished. Okay, this is a very accomplished woman, and this is my friend.
Yes.
This is my sister friend. And we talk like this while on camera and off camera.
That's right.
It's a genuine friendship here.
Absolutely.
I love her.
I love her too.
Okay? So now, sis, I want to ask you your thoughts on financial responsibilities and commitment. What do you think about that?
I think it's important, of course, for everybody to be financially responsible. I think it just depends on who you are and where you are.
And how about your man?
So I think it has to be something
Or
that's agreed
potential
upon.
man.
Right. And so what I mean is that if you can't steward over your finances, then how can you steward over us? And so I think that it doesn't have to do with perfection. It doesn't have to do with everything has to be in order. But I just think it has to be transparency. That I'm not, if your mate says I'm not good with my bills, but you can help me to be better. And the way that I need to help you is how. I need for you to pay the bills. I'll give you the check. I'll take a portion. You pay all the bills. And then you put the savings up. Or we're going to do it jointly. But it has to be a recipe that works for you and not just, well, I'm not doing well with my finances. I'm just going to let it go. Or I did, and I just need help on how to do that.
And you know what, sis? Good points what you're saying. Because finances can break a relationship up.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And it's trust. Because if I say to you, okay, husband, I'm going to give you the money so you can pay the bills, and then we're sitting in the dark, I can't trust you.
Exactly. And you know what, sis? It also doesn't have anything to do with how I feel about the man.
Absolutely.
I could love this man.
Absolutely.
But, I'm just saying, speak for myself. As a woman, I like to feel like if your finances are not where you would like them to be as a male, right? I could work with you. We can work together.
Absolutely.
You don't have to take care of me.
Absolutely.
Okay?
We can take care of each other.
We can grow together.
Yep.
I will be willing to grow with the man, but if he's not doing his part,
absolutely. And if
I'm telling you, that drains.
It drains anybody, because if I'm expecting for you to do something, you don't do it, and you don't communicate with me, now I'm left in the dark. But if you say to me, I'm having difficulty, I want us to work together to figure this out, then we can work together to figure it out. Additionally, I'm old-fashioned. So I'm old-fashioned, new-fashioned.
Oh, what is old-fashioned, new-fashioned?
So what that means is that I want a man to open the door for me.
That's definite.
I want a man to pay for dinner. But I'm also going to pay for him for dinner sometimes. And say, let me take
nothing wrong with that.
Right, but what I don't want, like I went on a date and a gentleman said, he asked me for 3 months to go out.
What?
And I said, okay. I said, I have to see, because I was feeling them out. So I finally went out with him. And when we got on the date, he told me he left his wallet home.
Oh my God. They made a commercial about that. And she backed that car up and said, look, peace out, bro. I'm out.
So at this point, we didn't find out until after the meal was done, when the check came. And so I'm like, okay. So I said, all right. So at this point, I'm thinking he's going to say, well, I'll Zelle it to you, because everybody has their cell phones. Or I'll Cash App it to you, I'll Venmo to you, and then you can go ahead and pay, especially because he asked to take me out for months on end.
Right.
He never offered. And so I paid. And for me, if you didn't have it, I would have preferred for him to say, I want to just spend some time with you to learn you and understand you. So let's go to Starbucks.
Yeah.
And then it's only a couple of dollars, and it's okay because it's not about what you can do financially for me. It's about understanding who you are. So honesty is important.
Exactly. But come on now, sis. If a man asks you out, you expect, now here we go to expecting, because some things you can't expect. And if a man asks you out, you expect him to pay.
Especially when he said, I want to take you out.
Exactly. Now, if I said, I want to take you out, it's an automatic. I'm paying, I'm covering whatever we want. Wherever we going, I'm covering it.
Absolutely.
But if you ask me,
and says, I want to take you out, I would love to take you out to dinner, that says that you're taking me out to dinner.
Exactly.
But I say that to say that if your finances are not in order, you could have said, let's just go for a walk in the park and let's sit down on the bench and let's talk. I would prefer that than for you to present something that's not true, right? And so I think financial responsibility is just being responsible. And sometimes we're more responsible and sometimes we're less responsible. And sometimes that help me is going to help you to be where you need to be. But it all goes back to trust, vulnerability, communication, and working together.
Yes, because I'm 100%, ladies, of working together. If my man says, look, we're going to build this thing together, I'm going to be like, yes, we are.
Absolutely.
Brick by brick. We building it together. But you can't expect me to be like every time, oh, well, you got some money for this, or I need some money for that. Come on now.
Because it's partnership.
You got to know your role too.
And the thing is, it has to be discussed because some people it works well for them. So it's not a one size fits all.
Exactly.
So if your husband is going to be a stay-at-home husband and he's going to do everything, as long as you made that agreement.
If you agree, right.
But if you didn't make that agreement and somebody's presenting something that's not there, it's an issue. And if you're working together and building and saving and doing all these things, and then you look at your savings account and the money is not there, it's like, well, what happened? And it should be proactive communication, not reactive communication.
Especially if the money is supposed to be for the house.
That's
know
right.
What I'm saying?
That's right. For
you
us
can have
to
yours.
live.
I can have mine.
Exactly.
We're gonna have one that's gonna make this
Together.
whole thing work.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I agree.
Great answer, sis. I love it. So now this is a 2-part question. Okay. Do you have any children or grandchildren? And how would you envision family involvement in a relationship?
I do have children. I have a daughter that's 23. She'll be 23 the end of this month.
And she's her twin. I'm telling you guys, she's beautiful. Like a mother.
Thank you. And I have a son who's 15.
And he's so handsome and tall. These kids are so young, and they be like, you be looking up to them like, what?
Yes.
Like, okay.
Like, what happened? You were just 5.
Jeez.
Exactly. Now you're 6'1".
Oh my God.
But what I will say is that family is important. And so for me, my mate has to understand me to understand the importance that, you just met Sin and you don't know her. She's not my friend. She's my sister. So you have to respect her and understand who she is and learn her the same way with my kids and my parents and my siblings, because the way that looks is it looks like family.
Exactly, so, because we are, you know what I mean? When you get so close to a person, guys, they become like your family.
Absolutely.
They're like an extension of your family.
Absolutely. And you need to understand them and respect them, and they need to respect you. And I don't believe that your family should have say-so in your relationship.
Absolutely.
But I believe that it's important for them to be able to work together. So if we say we're going to have a cookout, everybody should be able to come together. We should be able to break bread together. We should be able to laugh, dance, talk, sing, karaoke, do all the things that we do, play spades, have a good time, and it shouldn't be drama.
Because I believe that family also shouldn't get so deep into a relationship because men and women, they're going to go through stuff, right?
Absolutely.
They're going to have ups and downs. They're going to have disagreements, and they're going to come back together, and they're going to have more disagreements. But when you pull your family in too deep, you guys have gotten past whatever you were going through, but
and
the family is still holding on to that.
That's right. That's
So
right.
so we got to learn that balance.
Absolutely, and you have to
And how
let
much
people
you're gonna,
know
you know,
that
pull in
this is
family.
mine,
Mm-hmm.
and because it's mine, I'm going to protect it.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's important that you only speak to people who understand you
Mm-hmm.
and that are not going to overstep their boundaries, because it doesn't matter what happens in my relationship, that's still my
And
relationship.
at the end of the day, sis, if you choose this person, regardless of how I feel about them,
Exactly.
that's your business.
Absolutely.
That's what you choose to do. I'm going to support it. Even
Absolutely.
I don't have to like it,
That's
but I'm going
right.
to support it because it's you.
Absolutely. And the thing is that that person needs to be able to do the same thing. So for me, I think in a relationship, family is what family does.
Mm-hmm.
People will say, well, that's my family, they should do something different. God doesn't always give you the family that's biological to you.
Right.
So you're not my biological sister, but you're my sister.
That's right. But let me back up, sis, because if he putting his hands on you, now that's where I draw the
Oh,
line.
yeah,
Now you know I'm not
definitely.
supporting no nonsense.
Absolutely,
But
because it's harm.
if he makes you happy,
Exactly.
I support it. But
Because abuse
you
is
can't
abuse.
put your hand. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Don't, women. I know. Some people look at that as love, but when you're getting physically abused, ladies, that's not love.
Or mentally abused, like
Or
I said,
mentally.
or any type of abuse. If somebody is abusing your love, or abusing your kindness, or being dismissive to you, or being physically harmful to you, or emotionally or spiritually, that is not love.
No.
And so what happens is you have to be able to talk to who you have in your family or your friends about your concern.
Right.
Ultimately, it's their decision. But
Right.
what happens is that, as I say, if I don't see it, because if I see someone harmed, whether it's a child or an adult or a senior, I need to be able to step in to say, are you okay? Can I do something to help? But if I don't see it, then I don't have anything to help with. So I think that family understands their role, it understands their boundaries, and it respects what you have.
Absolutely. And this is another two-part question. It says, what are your values and beliefs?
Values and
Yes,
beliefs. Okay, so values and beliefs. My values and beliefs are Christian based.
Right.
So basically what it is that what you put out is what you're going to get back. If you're good to people, 90% of the time people are going to be good to you.
Right.
If you try to do everything you possibly can to make things great for people and make things great for yourself, you're going to get that return on your investment. I believe that, you have to know yourself and understand why you do what you do, why you believe what you believe, and how you interact with people, because how you treat people is a true reflection of you.
Right.
So what do people say when they say that they experience you? What does that look like? What does that feel like? And for me, it should always be, guess what? Consistency. You know what I'm saying? The reason that we're such great sisters is because we can be clear with each other, we can be concise, and we can be real, but it's consistency. So no matter if it's 4 o'clock in the morning, if it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon,
it doesn't matter.
if we need each other, we're there.
Absolutely.
So that should be your character, and that should be your core values, that you're going to do well by those that do well by you, and those that don't steward over you as a gift. If you don't steward over your gift will be taken, which means that I don't have to engage with you. There's no love lost, there's no hurtful feelings, but I just won't engage because I don't want to act other than myself because I'm hurt or I'm disappointed. I just have to understand that people have a right to feel how they want to feel, and that it's okay, but you also have a right to say, I'm not going to engage any further.
And also, sis, you can also feel like I give and I give and I give, and it's not being reciprocated because this person don't never show me that same grace. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be like, I've been trying to connect with, I've been trying to help you. I always try to go above and beyond and make sure I'm there for you. But when I need you, like, you're nowhere around. But you can't worry about that, guys, because you did it from a genuine place, and it's going to come back to you. If it doesn't come from that person, it's going to come from another place. Okay,
Absolutely.
so you don't have to worry about it. As long as you keep putting good out and being the best of you, the best version of you, you don't have to worry about if people receiving you or not.
That's right. That's right.
At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? God sees you.
And now that you have to take constructive feedback. So if you care for somebody, whether you're in a romantic relationship or a friendship, and they say that this is something that bothers me, you have to be open to
You
that.
have to.
And you have to understand it, and don't take it as a knock or take it as a negative, but to take it as, guess what? This is how they feel, and I don't want them to feel that way.
Right.
So what do I need to do to make things better? And then to check in and say, am I getting this? Am I growing? Is this better for you? And then what happens, that effort is going to help everybody to be in a better
place. And you
place.
can't get your feelings hurt if they don't, because everybody's not there. Everybody's not at that same level that you're at.
That's it.
So you may be wanting that connection from that person, and they're not there yet. They don't have it to give to you.
That's right. Or they don't know how.
Or they don't know how.
Absolutely.
And that's okay.
Yep.
That's okay. And the second part of that was, what's important to you in life?
What's important to me in life, I always say that, because life is but a vapor, and it's really short. And so what happens is, I just want to make the most of the time that I'm given here.
Yeah.
And that I can make memories. So memories are extremely
Very important.
Because when it's all said and done,
all you have left, right?
that's all you have.
The memories.
It's like, oh, well, I made a lot of money, or I did this, or I did that. That's
money
great.
Come and go.
It's great. But the thing is, friendships that you've had for 15, 20, 25 years, and those memories of, remember we did this, remember we did that, those things are important.
Those
to
are
me.
valuable. You can't even put a price on those.
No, not at all. And it's like, and then nobody else could replace it.
No.
And then knowing times when you had hard times and that person was there just to listen, or just to tell you it's okay, or to say, you know what, they prayed with me through this, or if they did nothing else except for hug you. So for me, when it's time, I would say I want the dash between my dates to stand for all the things that I did to bless somebody else, to help somebody else, to have those memories, and to show that, guess what? It was all worth it. It doesn't matter about the down, because if you don't go up and down, that means you're not alive.
That's life. You know what I'm saying? Life is, you're going to have ups and downs in relationships, with your siblings, and friendships. It's how you come out on the other side.
Absolutely.
Okay, because God didn't say this life was going to be easy. And He didn't say He wasn't going to not allow things to happen to you, but they're to build your character. They're to build you up and make you stronger. So when you face these challenges, you can walk through them.
Absolutely.
And walk with your head held high, knowing that, listen, I did the best I could.
And you take the lesson, because everything we go through, every situation, every relationship,
It's a learning lesson.
It's a learning lesson.
If you take it.
If you don't, then you're going to be doomed to repeat it.
Exactly.
But it's the same way with your husband or your wife, that you have to be able to say, we made it. We had an issue. We went through it. We went through it, and we made it. And we still making it.
And we still making it.
Exactly.
Forever how long it lasts. We still making it.
Exactly. And they're going to continue.
Yep. So thank you, sis. This was another great interview, y'all. This was part 2 of a 3-part interview with my sis Ty Gaines. So I want to end this, guys, by asking you all to come back tomorrow as we finish up this interview, which I have been enjoying. I have loved being here talking to her.
Absolutely.
And I'm so happy that she allowed me to do this, guys. Thank you, sis.
Thank you.
So listen, guys, go ahead and hit that like, hit that thumbs up button. Go ahead, hit that subscribe. Come on, be a part of this family. Share this video out, guys. We need people to see this video. Share it out. Even if you share it to one person, just share it out, guys. And leave comments on what you thought about the questions, the responses, what you think. It does, just say, say, hey. But anyway, guys, be humble. Go out there and be great. And I will see you next time I upload a video. Peace.